Everyone's starting to come in. Awesome. So, well, it's the first time I met you, Alex. I mean, you're pretty new to Brave Mark as well, right? So, good to see you.
Yes, yes. It's my first attempt on Brave Mark, and yes, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, let's wait a little bit more. I know that Karl McCarthy won't make it, and Skojie told me that he'll try to make it. The one that got the first prize, but yeah, I think we're gonna leave him to the end to do the review because he said like I'm gonna try. So I'm a bit unsure. Hi, Stephanie.
Morning.
Hello.
Hey,
Well,
hi.
good morning. Good morning where I'm from.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, we're over here in Spain. Me and Marcus. Alex, where about you? Where are you based?
In Romania.
Romania. Okay,
Oh, right
you're
on. Very good. Very good to see you, Alex. So, Stephanie, you haven't met Johan yet, right?
No, I have not.
Or Marcus. Okay, so these two are two of the co-founders of Brave Mark.
Hey, guys.
that's right. Yeah.
And then, y'all, Stephanie is my co-founder for Maker Division. You know this, but she's also an incredible lettering artist. And I got a chance to see an early sketch of something that she's working on, like literally today and yesterday, and it looks baller. So
Thank you.
I'm going to lean heavy on Stephanie for all of the creative critique here today.
Oh, shush. Oh, shush. It's 8 a.m. here in Las Vegas, guys. Don't do this to me.
Wow. Yeah, that's early.
Should we? Yeah, let's wait a little bit more. I know Joseph, he was gonna join, so maybe we give like 4 more minutes, something like that.
Sure. We have a hard out in an hour, just in case we run long. But other than that, good to
Okay.
hang.
Good. And I think we'll start with the Joseph review, and we go from the bottom up. Hopefully Skojie will make it just before we get to his project.
Yeah. It was so fun looking at the projects yesterday. I'm still in spooky. It's always spooky season for me. So I was just like, this is awesome.
Yeah. I'm sharing all the socials and stuff, and it's like, yeah, it feels like it's still Halloween, right? With all the little emojis and stuff. It's good fun. So just to explain as well, maybe, when we started the challenge, Alex, we had the idea of doing a brand brief challenge around the Phantom Pops. So we had the brand brief and we got everyone involved doing that. But there was so few submissions that in the midway, we decided to let's make it a little bit easier for everyone to submit and participate. So we opened it up to be any kind of Halloween inspired brand, right? And that's when I think you found us and then you joined. So yeah, just so you know, there's like a bunch of them that are like Phantom Pops.
Yes, I know. I read the brief, and actually, a colleague of mine, Roxana, told me about this contest and a contest challenge. And first, I started using the name Phantom Pops, but on the road it came some new ideas around this little ghost that I made it, and yeah, after that I decided to risk and change the name because of all the ideas around the ghost threats.
All right, yeah.
Dude, can I tell him, Johan? Can I tell him what would have happened?
Yeah, you go.
You would have
please.
been in first place, sir.
If you had done Phantom Pops.
If you had Phantom Pops, you missed out on those 10 points.
Yes, I know. I took a risk, and for me, it paid off because actually, it's my first post about Halloween or phantoms, and I wanted in the last years to present something like this, and this challenge offered me the motivation to make something like this. And I know I started with Phantom Pops because, as you saw in my presentation, the first was the little ghost, and the name was Phantom Pops. And after that, I tried to make something different. And after the idea of threat or threats came up to me, it was done. It was actually the idea came up when I thought about fortune cookies. That you have those little messages,
Yeah.
but the dark side of the fortune cookies.
That makes total sense. Can everybody mute real quick? Because I think we're actually having
Yeah,
this
someone.
feedback loop of.
Let's see. How do I mute?
Okay, it went away.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'll unmute. Might be good to like just mute when we're not talking.
Okay. I think we're gonna start then. Otherwise, we're gonna run short of time.
Sure.
So I'm gonna. Well, here we have all the participants, right? I'll go for Joseph's first, and then you guys take the lead. All right, here we go. Here's Joseph Kebede's project, Phantom Pops.
Well, cool. So, Johan, do you want to recap like how we judged these, like the criteria that we used?
Okay, yeah, that is a good point. Let me here as well. So we had here we go. Judging criteria, right? So, well, first of all, every project that was Phantom Pops, right? They got 10 points extra. And then we have these, this is the criteria basically. So we have originality. We have also relevance, how it relates to the market, the purpose, the vision, memorability, and then presentation quality, which is a little bit how you structured it with Bravemark and, use the modules, that sort of thing. That's it.
Awesome.
Oh,
Right
and
on.
everything was 1 to 5, right? We would score every project 1 to 5. Yeah. For each
Sweet.
one of the criteria. Yeah.
Well, let me just be the first to say that like it was a pleasure seeing everybody's work. I could tell that a lot of these were like personal projects. And what Stephanie and I teach in Maker Division is that the personal project is a superpower because you're unlimited. You can pursue something that you're passionate about. You can create something out of your imagination without a client, limiting you or driving the vehicle, if that makes sense.
You can change the name of the Phantom Pops like
Right.
Alex did to whatever you want it to be.
Yep. So I think that seeing this many personal projects come through is really incredible. And what I hope is that for those folks who contributed, I hope that you recognize that like it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be something that's like completely on brief. It just has to be something that you're interested in and that you have fun with. And typically when we're having fun, we're in our sweet spot and we're able to create really good work. And that's something that Stephanie and I kind of recognize throughout. So I'm stoked to go through this. Steph, you want to say anything about the challenge?
I just thought it was great, for one, seeing so many people, like Ben said, coming out and just doing something for their own portfolio, for their own passion, for, for spooky season also to celebrate something fun and create, like, it wasn't just the designs that we saw. We saw creativity in the copy. We saw creativity in packaging, which I know, and not just packaging, but like the actual design of, the lollipops themselves, which I just thought was really fun. And that's not something you get to do when you're brought on to design the identity of a product. So I just think personal projects are such a powerful tool in your lead generation, in your creativity, but also we've found time and time again, not just in my own studio, but with our members inside of Maker Division, that oftentimes the personal work is the best work in your portfolio, and it's the work that people will hire you for. Like, they see that personal work and they'll hire you to do something like that, because it's really when you are able to let your entire creativity shine, with no boundaries. So just thank you everyone who participated. It was amazing to see such great work.
Yeah, no, totally. It's been great. And to be honest, we were a little bit afraid because the submissions came in really late, but once they started to come in, it was like, wow. Oh, and there's been some really good quality stuff. Very impressive work from some people. And yeah, next year we will do it again. Maybe have a different twist on it. So, but yeah, it was great fun having it. So
Well, awesome. All right, so let's dig into our third place winner.
Joseph is here, by the way. And Joseph, I muted you because there was a lot of sound. But if you're there, maybe you want to say something.
Joseph, just wanted to say congrats on the third place. And I'm curious, could you just walk us through your thoughts on the project? Just in a quick, maybe like 3 to 5 minute brief.
Okay. Thank you. I heard of this on LinkedIn posts, and I joined. And immediately, what came to me was a phantom, which is in the middle of the pop letter, as you can see, the Bonnie, the Skullscar character. Then I decided to give it like a purple vibe, to give it the ghouly, scary Halloween theme. Also gave them 3 colors, which would make the flavors, which I mentioned here as sour souls, bloody cherries, watermelon, and ghost blueberries. Other than that, it was a rushed project for me. I was like in a very like limited time because I was kind of busy with other tasks too, but it actually came out good, I think, and I'm very delighted to get third place.
Well, congrats. Yeah, I mean, when we were looking at the entire grid of all the submissions, this one really stood out to me because it filled the space. Like the thumbnail of the mark was like, oh yeah, that's a cool logo, right? And personally, I think that there's so much like personality in the word pop, where we've got the bones that take up the I'm forgetting the term for those as it aperture stuff?
It's aperture.
Apertures of the
Yeah.
P's. And then the skull in the center that takes the place of the O. I think it's just so creative. Where this thing could have been improved in my book is really there's some optical centering issues with the word lollipops on the bottom. And I think it's because we've got spaces in between the P and the skull on the left side, but that space isn't kind of replicated on the right side. So it's just a weird word to work with. But I think some iterations on how to include the word pop in a lockup that doesn't make me feel like I'm kind of like off center would have been good. A little bit more exploration there.
Yeah, I don't know if you mechanically centered Phantom and Pop and Lollipops, but sometimes you've got to optically center things. And then also if you look at just like, I'm getting nitpicky here, like the negative space between Phantom and Pop and the negative space between Pop and Lollipops, I feel like there could be a little bit more breathing room between Pop and Lollipops, but love your creativity with Pop. Love that you like just kept basically saying what Ben already said. Love that you know, I love some lettering, you know, when it's just, you know, pure imagination. What can I make this look like in letter forms? And so fun. And it reminds me in the very best way of, I'm a big fan of like Pirates of the Caribbean and New Orleans Square and at Disneyland. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, I could see this in, you know, the little gift shop at the end of Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just so fun and not too childish, but also not very like elevated and adult. I think it fit the demographic very well.
Thank you.
I think that the biggest hit that you took was we just wanted more.
More.
Like
yeah, I was like, is
the
that
lockup
all?
was good.
Like, I just wanted to
Yeah.
see more. And I mean, like, is
We
that all?
wanted,
Like, I wanted more.
Give me some patterns, give me some more packaging, give me some, you know, some different brand executions. And I think that was the biggest hit here. And I totally get that it's a personal project and it's rushed. And the fact that you got it finished, like, kudos. It's just, I just wanted more of this goodness, you know, throughout the whole thing.
It's a testament to how limited your delivery was. That you got third is a testament to how good the mark is.
Thank you.
Great job and congrats.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, no, really, really good job. I was also super happy to see this. And I think exactly what you guys said, right? Like the lettering, this is very unique. It's like, you know, it's like totally handmade. So yeah, it would have been cool to see more mock-ups for sure. All right, should we go on to the next one?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for Alex's then.
All right. Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
First, I wanted to join the brief, let's say something like this, and name the project Phantom Pops. But I had this idea in mind of a phantom pointing a guy or something. And after playing around with his eyes and make it mean, I thought about, yeah, this guy looks like he's threatening someone. So after that, I'm playing around with some ideas, like I said before, with some threats, actually. This came up. So I couldn't, I knew that will cost me in the end. But like you already said, in the end, I just wanted to have fun with this. So this is the briefly idea. And after that was no-brainer for me. Just having fun, and that's all. You don't
That's
want to
awesome.
know how my illustrator looks. It's insane. It's insane.
Messy artboards are the best kind.
Yeah, it's not messy, spooky.
Hey, Steph, you want to take the first crack at this one?
Yeah, I just I was like hypnotized by the O turning into the S in the mark for ghost threats. I just kept looking at it. I was just like, that is just so cool. Once again, I'm a sucker for custom lettering. I think it really makes an identity design project stand out. If I'm getting nitpicky, I think we could work on the spacing between your letter forms a bit. I feel like between the G and if you look at, I'm really, you guys can probably already tell I'm big on negative space. So if you look at the negative space between the G and the H and the H and the O ghost, I feel like we could tighten up the spacing between the G and the H. Little things like that will just continue to elevate the project. I did really like that you paired in your type kind of spooky fun font with kind of just a workhorse serious no frills font. I think sometimes when we have these kind of Halloween projects or kind of really thematic projects, we go overboard sometimes with the text and the lettering treatments, but throwing in a very simple workhorse sans was, very smart. And it's just got a lot of flavor, a lot of energy. I like the interlocking treatment. Just really great project.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100% agree. Sometimes replacing letters inside of logos can be a tricky thing to do, but I think that the way that you've done it here, you don't lose any of the legibility because the icon that's in the middle of Ghost is a ghost. And so it's like, I didn't question this at all. Whereas some of the other submissions, there was replacements or we were covering letters, and all of a sudden I was kind of struggling to read the word. And then if we go down to the alternative mark where we've got the whole word spelled out, I love that you completely redid the word ghost to fit the icon or the illustration there. And that just shows me that all the cards were on the table during this process. You were like, let me just, instead of trying to reuse everything, let's go ahead and make a custom secondary mark. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, sold. Can we scroll down to the mock-ups? Okay, so this is where it got really fun for me because, again, the color palette is so simple. The illustration approach is so simple, and yet it doesn't feel boring. I'm still entertained. I'm still engaged by the lockup, and it makes complete and total sense to me here. And even in small spaces, I'm like, still works, still good. So, like, I've got very, very little critical feedback here. I think that you did an amazing job. And if I were to get super nitpicky, there's just some weird vectorization around the eyes that I'm like, I'd probably smooth those out a little bit, like where the eyebrow kind of meets the eye.
I agree.
But I'm grasping at straws here.
Yeah,
So
and actually those tiny little marks in the eyes might get lost in a very small treatment. So something to think about, but like once again, totally nitpicking. And your copy is so fun. So fun.
This was the most fun part,
yeah.
Awesome.
to make
And
the messages inside the candy.
I think you're a lettering artist, sir. If you have a thing for custom letters and cool copy, you're a lettering artist in the making, sir. I'm always trying to convert people to become lettering artists. Like, you're not a graphic designer, you're a lettering artist.
Yeah. And I think that the only thing that was a stretch was the name. And I think it's because, like, when we say treats and we say threats, they're spelled the same, but they sound completely different. It's why English is just terrible. It's a terrible language. And so it's like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. But when I said it, it was an odd thing to say ghost threats instead of ghost treats.
When I first read it out loud, I said ghost treats, and you're like, no, it's threats. And I was like, oh, so like I read it wrong the first time I saw it because my brain was expecting it to be treats.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't think that has anything to do with like your execution of the lettering. I think it's just like you went for it, and I don't know that the name hit as hard as you wanted it to. Other than that, man, great job.
I like that one of the threats is we'll sing your least favorite song all week or something like that. It's so funny. So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, awesome work.
It was fun.
Amazing work. I hope,
Thank
look forward to
Thank
seeing more of your stuff on Bravemark. If it's all like this,
For sure.
it's really
For
amazing.
It was the first time when I was using Bravemark, and everything was so intuitive. So besides making this project, I had to learn a little bit about Bravemark, and was really simple and intuitive to work with, and was such fun. I expected much more of working into putting this, let's say, presentation, but Bravemark helped me. Oh, was it really easy? So for sure, I will use it.
That is a little bit the plan with what we're doing with Trademark, right? Just trying to make it very easy. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The other one is so we got 2 second prizes, right? You got Alex got the same score as Karl McCarthy. This is the Phantom Pops by Karl McCarthy. So yeah, maybe we do a brief little review here as well, Ben, and then we move along to the winner.
Sounds good. Let's do a quick mute so that we get a good clean audio.
Okay.
Awesome. Perfect. Right on. Okay, so this one from Karl McCarthy. I thought this was super, super fun. What stood out to me most about this was just like the color palette and just the complete irreverence. You know, there was so many things about this that were just off the wall, super funky, and it was a joy to go through. I think some of the improvement was the actual mark. I wasn't sure why we were making some of the decisions that we were making. Things like the little tail on the P, the changes that we made to the S, it just didn't hit me as hard as some of the other marks. And maybe it's because I'm not seeing it, but that could go into, you know, we definitely need to see and understand what the designer is intending in that first take. I thought that the mock-ups were really fun. One thing that creeps both me and Stephanie out though is if we go down, it was the toys. Keep going.
I literally gasped. I was like, oh.
Those ones.
Creepy.
Those fuzzy toys are so creepy. So, and this was another one where I think like we just kind of wanted more. We wanted more, either make it more complex or drill something down to its bare essence. And the packaging missed the mark a little bit for me just because I wanted more elements in there. And I'm also a bit sensitive to the use of AI, and it was pretty heavy in this. And so I was like, all right, I'm trying to like place where the packaging missed the mark here. And I think it was really just like it was too simple without being minimal. And so I wanted to bring in more elements. Steph, what did you think on this?
Yeah, I think the same thing with AI. I'm also very sensitive to the use of AI, and I appreciate the use of AI. I am not 100% against it, but if I can be like, that's AI, that's where I think we need to start thinking about how we can make the image not so AI. I do really like the shape of the packaging itself. And in terms of the mark, I actually don't mind the tail on the Phantom being, a little different. I think for me, it's like these, if we could scroll all the way up to the main mark, I think for me, it's more of are we making conscious decisions of making every letter form different? Because if we are, then the 2 P's at the bottom need to be different. And I think that's what it's like. While the top P is the one that bothers Ben, it's that the 2 P's on the bottom are the same that bugs me. I think the A could use a little bit of refinement. There's a lot of heavy space where the bowl meets the stem. And I think that's just, the where the negative space in the aperture of the A should align over to the right more. Little things like that. But once again, I'm just thrilled to see some custom lettering. It's always a treat to see. Love the colors as well. I think, I'm a sucker for atypical holiday colors, and purple and green for me are just like so fun as opposed to the traditional purple and orange. I think maybe a little overboard on the types. I think this is where it's like every type is a little spooky, and they start to just kind of blend together and not let the mark stand out as much as it could. So I think just toning down some of those choices would be an idea. Super fun concept. But yeah, man, those little plushies, just creepy as hell.
Yeah. I love seeing this. Appreciate you, Karl. This was
I do
great.
like the ideas behind the campaigns. It's not just like a social media of candy. It's like you've got fun things going on, but man, that one, I was like, whoa.
Great stuff. Great review as well. Yeah, totally agree with all the things you guys are saying. You're very like you know, you looked at the text and the lettering, like you say, and I think those comments are super good. Like I wouldn't have thought about that. So I think that's super helpful for Karl as well and anyone else to hear about these comments. All right, should we move on to the winner then? I can't hear you, Ben.
Yeah, let's everybody mute real quick so we can cut the feedback, and then we'll tackle this one. Right on. Sweet. Phantom Pops by, is this Koji?
Skojie.
Skojie? How do we
Yeah.
say this name?
I think it's Skojie.
Skojie.
Yeah.
Skojie K. This was an awesome project. Steph, you want to take first
As
pass at this?
soon as we opened this up, I was all smiles. I love the chromatic abrasion. I love the CVT lines. I love the nostalgia of all of this. I think this is a use of AI that's not, because I'm assuming there's some AI in here somewhere that's like, if we just scroll down, I think for me it was this right here, right there.
Mm-hmm.
The lollipop design matching the icon that was designed, having it be sour apple, and like just and matching like the creativity of the flavor to the character. This is Frankenstein, and it's just so fun and so thoughtful and also so simple. I don't think that design always has to be over the top with all kinds of bells and whistles, but like just some very thoughtful choices, limiting the color palette. I think sometimes that's part of it too, is giving ourselves constraints. And I love the constraints that you put around this, Skojie, of, you know, I'm going to match a lollipop with an icon and one color and a flavor, and everything's going to have some chromatic abrasion. Everything's going to be on this textured paper. Even if you look at the packaging itself, it's pretty simple. It's a box with it's a 2-color print, and you know what? Clients are going to be thrilled by that because that's some low cost printing right there, but still really impactful. And I think, you know, nostalgia is always in. I think that this is kind of it's kind of a kickback to like the 50s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Which is super fun and unexpected, because if you look at the way that like the lollipop is designed and the icon of the lollipop, that's very mid-century modern like childhood. But then you throw in the spooky ghosts and the CVT lines and the chromatic abrasion, all of a sudden I'm like getting grunge vibes from my teenage years. So I love the juxtaposition of two different retro styles kind of merged together. Very fun.
Yeah. Can we scroll down to see the whole set? See, this is what really just pulled me in, because not only is just the work awesome, but the attention to detail throughout the entire, you know, packaging was really, really cool, because every flavor has a different character and a different color. And I just thought that like everything comes together so nicely. And as Stephanie said, it's so simple, but you just, I mean, you get the vibes right off the bat. So it was really, really cool to see this. I think some improvement. I think the actual mark, like we could do some really fun stuff with the logo here. Things like going for a crest shape where we have a little bit more arch, playing with the hierarchy between the two words where maybe phantom is smaller and pops is really large. So I think that like some exploration on the actual mark would be really cool. But overall, man, this is just cool. I love the nostalgic vibes on this, and it stood out most out of all these submissions on its originality. And I thought that was a really, really fun take and really fun to judge.
If I'm being nitpicky, like once we get down to there, I think if we had given these images some sort of something, some texture, some grain, some noise, it just seems like so like crisp in comparison to the rest of the presentation that it kind of threw me off. But I think the image itself works really cool. But just giving it a little bit of that, either 90s or 50s, giving it some of that texture that's in the rest of the presentation.
Steph was saying, I think that this is kind of an awesome use case for AI. And if we scroll back up to the lollipop, where I think AI is really, really strong for designers is the ability to take something that you've made, right? To take something out of your own brain and your own hands and then pass it through AI to enhance it. And so what I'm assuming happened here is we took you illustrated the Frankenstein face and then you passed it through something like Firefly or one of those and had it create a custom lollipop based on your illustration. And I'm like, that is the way. You start with the original concept, then you enhance it with the tool. And I think that this is a great way to incorporate AI into the workflow.
I mean,
here.
unless Skojie is a complete baller and built that in Blender.
That's true too. Could be that.
I don't want to just I don't want to just assume that that's AI, because that's the thing. I don't know if it is or not. And that's
Yes.
the key. I don't know if it is. I'm assuming it is because for a personal project, as a graphic designer, like to go in Blender and make a lollipop, that seems like over the top and not something I would expect from like even our members to do. But if you did that, Skojie, like awesome. But if you also ran your icon through AI to create the lollipop, that's awesome too.
Sweet. Great job. Congratulations on first place.
Can we scroll all the way down just so I don't know if we saw the whole thing, so for perpetuity
Here.
purposes.
There's some fonts. Oh, they got the social images here as well.
So
Here you
fun.
see the lollipops again.
So fun.
It's really well executed. I mean, again, I think these lollipops, right? They hit the jackpot. The quality of the texture it has as well. Oh, Joseph, I can see you now. The quality, the texture that the lollipops has is like so well done, right? The execution is so good that you nearly think it's a real life product. So super cool.
Great
Super
job.
cool. Again, great to see everyone's work. It's been really fun challenge. We'll be doing more challenges as well, and yeah, it's great to have Ben and Stephanie give these awesome reviews as well. It gives a lot of depth to seeing the process of what the designers have done and what you guys see behind it, right? So really cool. About the prices, so Maker Division, they have the first price. It's remind me that it's a one hour consultation with Ben and Stephanie, right? For the
I'd
first,
have to go back and look. Whatever's on the page.
yeah, it was something like that. And then there's also a 1 month membership on Maker Division, and then there's obviously the Brave Mark Pro subscription that we're giving away. So I will send you all an email with the details and this, and organize that.
Right on. Congrats, everybody.
Yeah, congrats. Come and looking forward to hanging out with you guys in our own community and seeing more of your work.
Okay, great. Anything else, guys? Do you want to share anything, Alex or Joseph?
I hope you guys had fun because we certainly had fun looking.
Yes, it was a really great challenge, and it's fun as well to see how everyone presents their layouts and the tools that they use, the modules that they use from a Bravemarks perspective. I saw with Alex, he used animation there, which was really cool in the beginning. And Skojie, he was using the background that was fixed, right, and a few things like that. And also, of course, to using the grid module so that it kind of when you view it on your mobile, you can see it much easier, right? Because everything wraps around, it doesn't get so small, and things like that. But overall, I thought it was really, really great from everyone. So well done.
Right on.
Okay, guys. Well, let's call it then, and yeah, we'll be in touch with everyone.
Sweet. All right. Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys. Bye.
Thanks. Thanks a
Bye.
lot.
Thank you.
Bye bye.